What alchemy is to me is what I learned through actually proving out a sport. And I have to keep coming back to my training because it was so profound. Going through the gate, there's a saying, when you go through the gate, don't take it for the house. The house is beyond the gate and you must enter the gate and learn before you get to the house. So don't mistake the house for the learning. You must enter through the gate first. And in skydiving, that was many years of profound experiences and injuries. So I've got a very badly crushed ankle and heel. I've got, basically a broken back, but I've never had any surgeries, and I don't take drugs or pain pills or anything. What I've learned to do, and a lot of it through Montauk Chia's books, is how to cultivate energy, circulate your energy, and it's basically condensing your energy and packing it. So you are not leaking out your energy. You're learning where the energy is. You're learning how to place the energy where you need it in the body, circulate it in that place, and heal yourself and to ground. So internal alchemy to me is starting from that foundation of the three treasures, cultivating your yuan qing, your qi to the shen, and the shi mind and the yi mind, and balancing out. That foundation will give you a foundation in any sport or life endeavor through cultivating the internal foundation first. And I'd love to see any sport, anybody training in any sport, receive training in this internal alchemy martial arts foundation, and they would excel beyond what they ever dreamed that they could do. The effects of how internal alchemy affected me is really profound. In the shift that I had was, again, through training. I know everything I know now through actually proving it out. And really, I would love to give an illustration of how that happened. So in style, which I competed in, it's a series of gymnastics maneuvers, as I said. So on the ground, you're coming downwind in an airplane. On the ground, you have a target area, which is your heading. And each of your turns, you have a turn, back loop, turn, back loop. It's all the basics of Bagua, and that's why I love the Bagua Zhang so much, and I practice that, is because in skydiving it was the same alchemy. So in skydiving, every one of your turns has to be exactly on that heading. So as the normal way, when you get out of the airplane, you would do a fall away looking at your heading about like this. So if you are falling away in the air, you have a platform on your body and you're looking at your heading. But what is wrong with the body here? In internal martial arts, what's wrong here? You're just balancing on no foundation. The air is hitting you every way, so you're just here balancing. And you have to stay on your heading, so you want to look at it. My coach had me come, he thought, first of all, you need more speed, and you need to go into a head-down dive to get all the speed you can and to use full body power. So instead of balancing on my knees with no foundation, now I got out of the airplane. I looked at my heading once. It's the only time I ever saw it. Now I go into a head-down dive, and now where's my eyes? I'm looking at the horizon behind me. I no longer see my target. And that's very scary. First of all, it's very hard to do a vertical dive where you're not, parallel. This is just like an elevator. Everything falls out. So only your head and shoulders are presented. So to balance that it took jumps, many, many jumps just to balance that. And now, how do I know that I'm still on my heading? So there's a saying in martial arts, you have eyes, hands, and feet throughout your whole body. So I had to learn to get eyes in the back of my head. And how do you do that? So as I went into a dive, it took me months and months and months, and this is where I was at the gate. I never entered the house. I stayed at the gate and learned this dive for many months, and that's where I started learning the alchemy. Going back over into a dive, the eyes are in the back of my head. I had to intuit, am I drifting? Am I drifting? And when I came up out of the dive, now the normal way, everybody else is like this. Now they're going to make a turn. They got to stop and see where the heading is, make a turn. Well, there's no body, there's no full body power, there's no coherency, there's no tensegrity in the body to turn like this. So what I also learned from alchemy, the martial arts principles, is full tendon, full body power. So as I came up out of the dive, I had to slam into that first turn using all body power. It had to be exact. All the power had to be in the dantian, had to be ready to access. That fast. So I was from full body at the stop. I'm stop out full body. I can go all body into the dantian to make the next turn. It was so fast. It was like a top spinning. And so you can't look at a target like that. It's like you become a machine. You have to become no thought. You have to become in the moment, right then, and not think about anything. That's pure internal martial arts alchemy. And so that's how I learned it right from the core.